Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Belva here, and today I wanted to go over some of the controllers that were shown at CES. Now obviously I didn't go to CES, otherwise I would have a whole bunch of footage of that on this channel, but what I did want to do is go over some of the mobile gaming controllers that were shown by some of the publications and some of the news outlets that cover, mobile gaming. So I want to go ahead and do that, and there's only three controllers that I wanted to show you guys. They will be listed below with the links to the sites where I found these controllers at. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get started. All right, so the first controller that we do have is going to be the Serafim S3. This is touted as a cloud gaming controller. Like I said, there's going to be a link to the website for these that I'm showing here, as well as timestamps on the actual timeline for YouTube, so you can kind of skip through it if you don't want to watch everything. But for this, I did see that they do have a little gaming anywhere giveaway. I believe this is possibly for this controller. I'm not fully sure, but hey, if you want to drop your email there and get a controller and possibly a whole bunch of ads from the company, there you go. Okay, so scrolling down to the good bits here, we're seeing a PlayStation, Game Pass, Steam, Google Play, GeForce Now, Amazon Luna. So it definitely looks like it's going to be more for Android users. And we have right here a little video showing that, some more gameplay video here for Fortnite on GeForce. Some of the capabilities for this game list. So I'm guessing something like the Backbone, where you press the dedicated home button, get to your list of games that you have installed, or your cloud gaming games, things like that. You have game recording, video editing, which is interesting, and another thing that's interesting is the gameplay live streaming. So I'm guessing there's a button to get to actually streaming to Twitch or YouTube, Kick, wherever. Now look at the controller. This looks like it's going to be the game list section that they were talking about here. Looks like there is a play button that hopefully just drops you in to the game that you have installed or have on your cloud gaming service. Have a game compatibility list here if you guys want to check that out. But some of the important things: Hall effect joysticks, great. Something we, like I said, we keep seeing that, and that is wonderful to see. I hope controllers continue to do the Hall effect joysticks just to improve the durability over time. We have quick detach grips. Now this is an interesting feature depending on how you like to hold your controller. I know there are some controllers that I've reviewed in the past where holding them is kind of difficult. Some were kind of small, some had a little bit more weight in the back, but with these, and I'm assuming these come inside of the box, but you have, for what it seems, two options to switch to two different types of grip styles in the back, and it looks like it has a little thumb imprint for you to actually make that swap happen. Fits 1K plus phone cases. So that's another thing that we always talk about on this channel, is can it fit a case? And by the looks of it, from what they're showing, yes, it does fit, various phone cases. But if we get our hands on this, we're gonna have to see, if it fits some other ones. But it does look like it fits some of these thicker ones, so that's good to know. So we have quick charge and earphone jack. So the quick charge is something I don't see a lot of controllers touting on their website. I'm not sure how many actually do support quick charging, but that's good to know. Also, what's even better to know is that you have an option for your own headphone jacks to plug in there to use those instead of Bluetooth headphones. So we have the same low latency capabilities like every controller has with this Type-C connector. So that's good there. The controller style is very interesting. It looks like this D-pad utilizes something that I've seen on Xbox before. And looking at some of the buttons here, is there a shot of that? Might have to see if there's like I like these ABXY buttons, but I might see if there's a closer image down below. Take a screenshot, recording with one click. Okay, that's a feature that most controllers have. The video trimming though, that is interesting. So I'm assuming this is in their app that they're going to launch with this. I question if it's going to be one of those things where they did like Backbone did, where it's like, hey, you get this free for a year, and then after that year, it's a paid service. But only time will tell when this controller and the service come out. Get audience excited. This is going to be, I'm guessing, play live stream together. I'm curious to see how that works. Supports 10K console games, so this is pretty much going to be related to like your Xbox remote play, PlayStation remote play type of games. Let's see, popular games like Genshin Impact, Apex Legends, Minecraft, 2K Mobile, Forza Horizon, Fortnite, many more. Some of the comparisons here. We have the Serafim S3 controller. I'm assuming the B is for Backbone. And the R is for Razer. All right, so Hall Effect, Dead Zone, interchangeable grips, quick charge. So yeah, okay, so a lot of this quick charge is something that's new in this controller, as a Backbone or the Razer don't have that. Fits various phone cases and supports live streaming, recording, sharing. The recording and sharing, I believe the Backbone app. Okay, so yeah, there's a check mark right there. So there's that. It's just a quick comparison of the two. Okay, all right, here we go. So we have the controller, buttons, and ports. So we have L1, the same triggers and shoulder buttons, Hall Effect joysticks, this D-pad, and then what are some of these buttons? So we have a select, we have the record sharing button. Okay, that's the headphone jack. I'm assuming this is the charging port. This, okay, so this is going to be the button similar to the Backbone. You press the Backbone button, you press the Serafim button, and it's going to take you to the actual dedicated app for this controller. Start button, and then maybe I like these. This is an interesting way to display these buttons. It's a nice look. And then down here we just have technical specs and things like that. So I'm not sure where any of these controllers are actually going to arrive for public use, but this does look like it's going to be only for Android currently. Who knows if they'll support the iPhone 15 in the future, but that is one controller down. And let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Alrighty, so next we have the ROG Tessen mobile gaming controller, and right off the bat, we're in the gallery section real quick, and you can kind of see that this controller has a very unique feature where it folds. So it is that telescope design where it just kind of you pull it out and push it back in, but I like the fact that there's also this for better for travel, basically, just so you can easily make it even smaller, put it into a bag, and you're ready to go. Looks like there's going to be some type of, can I click closer? This cool. So looks like there are going to be some back buttons to use. I like the style of this controller. It looks pretty good. ABXY style. They've got their own dedicated button here. I'm not sure if that's either going to take it to an app or to Game Center for iCloud. All right, let's get out of here and check out the features that this controller has. Unique foldable design, compatible with phone cases, awesome. Aluminum rear paddles and 18-watt fast pass-through charging. So it looks like the 2024 is going to have a lot more to do with fast charging when it comes to the mobile gaming controllers. Console grade controls, mechanical switch for face buttons and D-pad, customizable software. Okay, so there is a ROG software app that you can also download once this comes out, and looks like they're gonna have RGB lighting. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, so on the sides here, it's gonna have that RGB lighting. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like it has enough grip, enough room in the bottom for your hands to kind of grip around. I like the design. I like that this kind of folds up and you can just take it anywhere. Did not mention headphone jack, so bummer. This is a little bit smaller of a website. You can look at the technical specs. Compatibility is only with Android. USB-C type C port for plugging your phone in. It looks like what we're gonna have to do on this channel is probably find some cheap Android phone so we can review these controllers here in the future, because it seems like a lot of these controllers, like I said in my last video, if you didn't go watch that, you can check that out after this, but a lot of these controllers are going to be going with that USB-C style, mainly because one, there are a bunch of Android phones that use it, and now with iPhone switching over to USB-C, it just makes sense that, you know, we're gonna either have to drop $1,000 for an iPhone or just get a cheap Android phone just to continue looking at some of these looking at some of these controllers in the future. But I do like the style of this controller. It looks nice. Nothing too fancy. I don't even think they mentioned Hall effect sticks on here, so I question how well this phone's going to, for one, how much is it going to cost, and then also how long these sticks will last. But, you know, being that you can use this for phone cases is definitely a big plus overall in terms of like compatibility, in terms of like just overall, I don't even know, it's annoying to take the case off, right? Just ease of mind. Just that's all we need. Just make a controller where I don't have to take off the case. Obviously, if it's one of those thick, you know, protective cases, that's kind of understandable, but it would be nice if, you know, the majority of phone cases will be able to fit inside of these controllers, just to avoid that little bit of inconvenience when trying to game. All right, so next we're going to look at the GameSir X2s. Now, unfortunately, on their website, I was unable to find this. I did find some videos on YouTube where people were at CES and they saw this controller, and it seems like in some countries this controller has already launched. So this might be just a kind of wait to see if this is going to come out to the US. But this is kind of the controller here. This is a controller that I reviewed. Well, the first generation I reviewed is just the GameSir X2. Now this is the X2s, so I'm assuming there's some different features with that S at the end there. Overall, it definitely looks the same, but it does kind of looks like it has Hall effect triggers here and customized Hall rocker. I'm not sure what that is. I like the look. I like the design of it overall. It looks pretty good. Lots of color, lots of pop, but that's pretty much what that controller is. I'm going to just leave a link to this website. And you can also check out, if you're on YouTube, just, you know, type in GameSir X2s and you should be able to find some videos of this controller. From what I've seen, the videos were not in English, so you may have to utilize the subtitle feature in YouTube to get an idea of how this controller is. So overall, that's all I could find for these controllers when I did searches on Google just to see what was shown at CES or what's just coming out in 2024. I didn't find much, but if there were any more companies showing off game controllers, they just weren't covered by the media. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I can get a phone to start reviewing these controllers as they come out. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay wild. See you soon.